Good morning and welcome to Wednesday morning gentle yoga. This week we are focusing on life transitions and balance through our life transitions. We are including the Trimurti Mudra in our practices this week, which reminds us to take a pause and accept transitions as we go through them, not fighting against them, and offering us grace through those processes. Life is a transition from birth all the way to the day we take our last breath. And in between, we do all kinds of things. And each of those experiences is an activity or an event or part of a transition process. So I urge you this week to consider what process or transition are you experiencing in your life right now? And perhaps these classes can be helpful to you. Join me at the mat. So I invite you to make sure that you have a bolster or a block or a nice tall yoga pillow to sit on when we take our first seated pose of the day, easy seated pose or Sukhasana. When we sit nice and tall, or when we sit on one of those, we can sit nice and tall, allowing our shoulders to float down and allowing our heart center to lift up, creating a nice, natural, strong, healthy posture. So let's talk a little bit about the Trimurti Mudra. To take this mudra, you're going to place your thumbs together, place your forefingers together. So you're creating an upside down triangle. Draw your shoulders down your back, elbows close to the ribs, and allow this to just rest below your belly button on your abdomen, pointing down. And then when you take this mudra, you'll close your eyes and you'll breathe softly in and out of your nose. And you'll find stillness. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So as you're inhaling and exhaling, I'm going to throw out some ideas or examples of transitions that we experience in our lives. So, the major transition that most of us might remember is when we started school. And then within that experience, there is a transition from middle childhood or early childhood to middle childhood, the transition through puberty, from elementary school into junior high school, and then the transition from young adulthood into adulthood, navigating our high school years, perhaps entering college or some other life after high school. For our parents, they're having those same transitions with us, only they're coming from the perspective of the parent who has this sweet baby that navigates and changes and becomes an adult, and years pass so fast. And then in your 20s, perhaps this is your time of establishing your life, completing your education or training, getting a career off the ground, maybe having your first child, maybe getting married. And then when you have your own children, you're navigating these transitions with them. Maybe you have a little baby that now is doing more things for himself. Your little girl weaning off of the breast and no longer needing that part of you. Going from crawling to walking to running. Then when you come into your 40s, maybe your experience is different. Your child has graduated from high school, on to life. Maybe you are experiencing an emptiness. Maybe this life transition has brought them back to your home and you're in a new transition with them. There's the transitions that we go through as we age, menopause, our body changing, maybe losing some of the strength we used to have or the balance. There are other transitions, marriages, divorces, loss of loved ones. But through each life transition, we need to have grace for ourselves. And we seek balance. Balance of our energies against obligations, against activities. And throughout transitions, we might find ourselves out of balance because we're not taking the time. We can't take the time to pause and to process this experience. So I invite you to take that time. Let's release that mudra, placing our hands on our thighs. Continue to breathe. And while you're breathing, I'll read to you a little bit about the Trimurti Mudra. It's especially good for menopause and other reproductive issues, including infertility, reducing stress, supporting of all life transitions, and instilling equanimity and a sense of centering. The mantra that we might choose with this is balanced. At the center of my being, I embrace life's transitions as opportunities. So that's another thing, that when we go through life transitions, what sometimes makes them difficult is that we are mourning the time that is passing. As our children grow up, we mourn the loss of the little person that they once were, and that they will never be that little person again. But with it brings new opportunities and excitement, new relationships, new experiences. So it's a chance for us to shift our thinking a bit. Let's inhale our hands out and up. And exhale them out and down. Inhale the hands out and up. Exhale out and down. And let's inhale out and up again. And exhale, bring our hands down to heart center. And bow our head. Let's take another gentle, long inhale. And exhale. Now we can release out of that. Come forward on our hands and knees. If you have a bolster, go ahead and push it off to the side. Finding ourselves on our hands and knees, let's just take a nice tabletop position right now, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, drawing the crown of the head forward, and drawing the belly button up to the spine, keeping a nice flat back. Feel yourself expanding in this pose. Feel the balance of your weight between your hands and your knees. Feeling your hips supported, by your legs as your knees are in contact with the floor, feeling the strength in your arms supporting your shoulders, feeling the widening of your collarbones, feeling all the parts of your back lining up. Take an inhale and drop your belly, lifting up the heart center, lifting up your sits bones. And on your exhale, reverse that, drawing your back up to the ceiling, drawing your belly button up to the spine. Reverse that order, lifting up the heart center, lifting up your sits bones, drawing your shoulders down your back. And then on your exhale, reversing the order, drawing your back up to the ceiling. Let's do that one more time, lifting up the heart center, lifting up your sits bones, draw the shoulders down and away from your ears. On your exhale, take that neutral position again. Let's move into child's pose. A nice start of the day to connect with the breath. Allow your forehead to touch the floor. Feel the grounding of this pose. Feel the safety of the earth. Part of what makes transitions difficult is that we feel the earth shifting below us, our circumstances changing, demanding of us to adapt, calling us to shift with the circumstances. And this isn't always easy. Take another nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Back up to tabletop. And we're going to start our sun salutations. Go ahead and place your blocks so that they are standing with the shortest end on the floor. And let's take Tadasana, another nice grounding pose between our blocks. So standing in Tadasana, lifting up your heart center, drawing your shoulders down your back, turning your hands forward, drawing the crown of your head up, and allowing space by a slight bend of the knees for your tailbone to begin to descend down to the floor. Feel all the parts of your foot equally in contact with the floor, the outer edge, the inner edge, your toes, your heels, feeling all of them making firm contact with the earth, feeling yourself grounding and growing out of the earth at the same time. Using this as a metaphor for how we navigate transitions, remembering the transitions give us opportunities for growth and expansion. Let's inhale our hands out and up and exhale them out and down as we draw the crown of our head up. Inhale out and up. And exhale, draw the crown of your head up as you bring your hands down. Let's inhale out and up again. And on your exhale, bend your legs deeply as you fold forward, allowing your torso to lay across your thighs. And just drop your crown, placing your hands on the floor for support. And just allow yourself to become comfortable with this upside down position. Your head in an inversion, thinking again of this as a metaphor for how we go through transitions. When we have transitions, we sometimes feel like our lives are turned upside down. This allows us to take a new perspective. Allow the tension to drain from your neck and upper back, using the weight of the cranium to draw that tension out. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, place your hands on your shins and draw the crown of your head forward, drawing your shoulders away from your ears as you inhale into a flat back. On your exhale, fold down and take your blocks, take your right foot back into a lunge and drop your right knee. Take your blocks underneath your shoulders and lift up your heart center on the inhale, lifting up and out of your hips. On your exhale, Place your blocks down, hands on either side of your left foot, and move your left knee back to join your right. Walk your hands forward in puppy dog pose, keeping your hips up nice and high, reaching, extending your hands out, allowing your heart center to fall down. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, rise up, taking your blocks again, and bring your right foot forward. Inhale your heart center up with your blocks underneath your shoulders, lifting up and out of your hips. And then on your exhale, lift up your left knee and bring your left foot forward to join the right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, fold down, deep bend in your knees. Inhale, reverse that swan dive all the way up. And exhale, bringing hands to heart center. Take a beautiful inhale. On your exhale, drop your hands and inhale your hands out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Take your blocks and drop your left knee. Inhale your heart center up. And then on your exhale, releasing your blocks, moving back into puppy dog pose, walking your hands forward. When you're in puppy dog pose, continue to draw your belly button into the spine as you reach your hands forward, so not allowing your back to become swayed. Take a nice inhale, and on your exhale, rise up. Take your blocks and bring your left foot forward. Inhaling your heart center up, lifting up and out of the hip. On your exhale, move forward. Take your right foot forward to join the left. Inhale into a flat spine and exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale the hands down and then inhale your hands out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, taking your blocks. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take your right foot back. Inhale the heart center up. And exhale. Take your left knee back to join the right. And walk your hands forward into that puppy dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, rise up. Taking your blocks and take your right foot forward. Inhale your heart center up. And exhale. Take left foot forward to join the right. Inhale into that flat spine, exhaling down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale the hands down and then inhale your hands out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Take your left foot back. Inhale your heart center up. And exhale, moving right foot back to join the left, walking our hands forward in that puppy dog pose. Inhale, rise up, and take our left foot forward. And then on your exhale, take your right foot forward. Inhale into a flat spine, exhaling down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, and then inhale our hands out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Drop our crown. Exhale our right foot back. Inhale our heart center up. Exhale, taking our left knee back to join the right, walking our hands forward in puppy dog. Inhale, rise up. And on your exhale, take your right foot forward. And inhale into your heart center up. And exhale, taking our left foot forward. Inhale into a flat spine. And exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale the hands down and then inhale the hands out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into that flat spine. Exhale down and take our left foot back. Inhale, lift up our heart center. And exhale, take our right knee back to join the left, walking our hands forward in puppy dog. Inhale, rise up. And on your exhale, take your left foot forward. Inhale the heart center up. And exhale, take right foot forward to join the left. Inhale into that flat spine. Exhaling down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So one of the things that reminds us to find balance in our life is to take balancing poses. And normally in these morning classes, I don't usually do balancing poses, but today I'm going to at least do tree pose. So standing at the top of your mat, take your Tadasana again. And then bend your right leg by lifting up your heel and turn your knee to the right. Draw your right foot back to join your left. You can stay with your foot down by the floor. You can pick your toes off the floor. You can wrap your foot around your calf muscle, or you can bring it all the way to the top of your leg, whatever you prefer. But let's now bring our hands together and really focus on lifting up the crown of the head, lifting up the heart center, and it helps to press your right leg into the left, your right foot into the left leg, and draw the belly button in as you take this tree pose. See how long you can stand in this pose, finding stillness, finding ease in your effort, focusing on the idea of balance and transition. Think of the tree and how strong it is and how it changes and transitions with each season. How it adapts to the changes in the atmosphere, of the weather, of the temperatures. Let's release out of this pose now. Shake out the light a little bit. Release the hands. Take that Tadasana again, lifting up the heart center, lifting up the crown of the head. Bend our left leg and turn our left knee out, drawing our left foot into our right ankle. You may stay in this pose. You may take your toes off the floor. You may wrap your foot around your calf, or if it suits you, you may take your foot all the way up to the top of the leg. Bringing our hands to heart center once again, lifting up the heart, drawing the belly button in, allowing our tailbone to descend down to the floor, finding ease in this effort. In tree pose, do you feel like you could fall over, or do you feel strong? Do you feel that you can take whatever is coming at you? If a breeze came through, would it knock you over, or would you stand tall? Let's take another inhale. And on your exhale, release that out. And go ahead and shake out your legs just a little bit. Let's take an inhale again. And on your exhale, let's grab our blocks and do a little bit of a chair pose. Using our blocks for strength or for support, just lift up the heart center, drawing your bottom back, like so. You're still strengthening your back when you do this. Draw your shoulders down your back, lifting up your heart center. Really just focus on those concepts. And let's take another inhale. And then on your exhale, release your blocks. And let's widen our feet, and just go into a forward fold. So when you go into this forward fold with your wide feet, take your elbows and allow your elbows to hang down towards the floor, which starts to draw tension out of the back, the entire length of the spine getting longer, lengthening your hamstrings, even with bent legs. In fact, I encourage bent legs. And just allow gravity to work for you here. Take another inhale, fully exhale, and then on your inhale, roll your spine up, allowing your arms to remain long and heavy. When you arrive at the top, inhale your shoulders up, exhale them down as you lift up your heart center. Let's find our way to the floor, however you choose to get there. And let's sit briefly in staff pose. You can have your blocks to the side of you if you want them available. And let's just sit up nice and tall in staff pose. So in staff pose, what we're doing is really strengthening all these core muscles, lengthening our side waist as we draw our shoulders back and down. You can bring your hands down to the floor as a reminder to create length in the torso. Take an inhale and exhale. Take another inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring our hands out and up. And on your exhale, fold forward. And just place your hands on your feet if that's available, or on your shins. And let's just focus on drawing the heart center forward, not stretching out the lower back. And maybe you can also use this as an opportunity to stretch out the feet a little bit and use this as an opportunity to draw the toes back and lengthen your hamstrings a little bit more. It's morning time, so you may not have the type of extension you're used to later in the day, and that's okay. This will still help you today as you sit at your office. It'll make your hips feel good. Let's take another inhale. And exhale, rise up. Let's take our right foot and bring it in to the inside of our left thigh. So just like we were in tree pose before, our legs are in that same position. Let's draw our heart center forward again. If you want to grab your foot, feel free. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. You can have your elbows close to the leg and you can just be working on drawing your heart center forward. Feeling the lengthening of that leg. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise up. And then on your exhale, take your right foot and place it on the outside of your right leg, or your left leg, sorry. And we're going to set up for seated twist, but we're not going to bring that right leg in. We're going to leave it nice and long. Take your right arm behind you and take your left arm to the outside of your right knee. You can have your arm just pointing down, your hand pointing down to the floor, or if you want, you can clip your elbow on the outside of your left knee and twist your body to the right. Inhale, drawing the crown of the head up nice and high. And then on your exhale, you can go into your twist. Inhale and exhale. Take another inhale and exhale. Turn forward and let's hug that knee against our body. When we do that, we get a nice little opening of the outside of the right hip. A beautiful stretch, releasing tension from that hip. Let's release that. Place our right foot forward. Take our left foot, bringing it in against our right leg. Once again, like tree pose with our legs. Sit up nice and tall. And then on your exhale, you can start to fold forward. Again, you don't have to bring your heart center down to your knee. You don't have to bring your face to your leg. But this movement forward with your heart center lifted, drawing your shoulders away from the ears as you move forward, will help you to safely open up your right hamstring. When we do these kinds of stretches, they also serve as a metaphor for transition and harmony in our transitions, because we have to give things time and space to become what they're going to be. And so when we go into these deep stretches, we are reminded that we have to take the time and consideration to set our foundation and move through these poses safely. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise up. And then on your exhale, take your left foot on the outside of your right leg. And we start our twist, placing our left hand behind us. Right arm can be just in front of the leg, or you can bend your elbow with your hand facing away from the body and then deepen into your twist. Take another inhale, and then on your exhale, reach and hug that leg, drawing the knee across the body towards the right shoulder, feeling that gentle opening of your left hip. Take one more inhale, and then on your exhale, let's release that down. Let's bring our feet together in bound angle Baddha Konasana, or what they might call butterfly pose. Find length in your spine in this position, allowing your knees to fall down. You can place your hands on your ankles or on your feet, or even in the middle of your shins, whatever works best for you. You can even, if you want, sit up on a pillow in this pose. Sometimes people find that their backs are rounding down, or they're bringing their legs up and they can't relax them. And what really helps with that is to sit on a pillow, and I'll demonstrate. So you can see that when I do that, of course, I can't grab my feet, but I can still place my hands on my shins and allow gravity to kind of do the work of allowing my knees to open up. So you do what works for you. Take an inhale and exhale as you sit in this butterfly pose, thinking of the butterfly in transition. Wrapped in a cocoon, hibernating in that cocoon while it grows and develops over, what is it, 3 or 4 months? And then when spring is high, then the butterfly works its way out of the cocoon, spreads its wings, and flies away. So starting off as a little caterpillar and then changing into a beautiful butterfly during a period of rest in the cocoon. And that's kind of what we do. We start off one way, we evolve into something else. Take a nice inhale, and then on your exhale, let's remove that. And we're going to find our way onto our backs. So laying on your back, lay all the way down, and extend your left leg and bring your right leg close to the chest. Just holding it there, allowing for a slight pinching and opening of your right hip. Just breathe into that sensation. Take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, let's allow your right leg to cross your body and go onto the floor on the other side, keeping your right shoulder pressed against the floor. And again, allowing for a bit of an opening of the back of the right hip, opening along the top of the iliac crest, right at the top of your hip where it meets your back. And take another nice inhale. On your exhale, let's return back, hugging that leg into the body and then releasing it down. Take your left leg and do the same, holding it against the body. Drawing it closer to the torso, allowing for a little bit of an opening, greater opening of that left hip. And then placing your left hand to the left, allowing your body, your knee to drop across your body as we go into a reclining twist. Feeling the opening of your left hip at the same time. Keeping your left shoulder pressed against the mat. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Take another inhale. Exhale, bringing your knee back, hugging your chest to knee again, and releasing. Let's bend both of our legs. And let's take a reclined pigeon pose. So we take our right ankle and cross it over our left knee. Now, what you can start to do initially is just press that right knee out with your hand, allowing your left hip and your right hip to be in equal contact with the floor. Drawing the belly button down a little bit to keep that grounding sensation with the floor. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Take another inhale and exhale. Reach between the legs. Clasp your hands on the back of your left thigh. Lift up your left foot so that your shin is parallel with the floor, and then start to draw your left thigh close to your body. Feeling that opening of your right hip while you're doing that. And just lay here. When you reach a point where you feel like you won't be stretching any more deeply, just hold the pose. Take another inhale and exhale. Release that down gently. Take your right ankle off of your left knee and now cross your left knee, your left ankle over your right knee. And then again, take your hands and press them on the inside of your thigh, feeling an opening of the inside and outside of that thigh, of that hip. Breathe evenly and deeply, keeping both of your hips in equal contact with the floor. And then reach through, clasping your hands behind your right leg and draw it close to the body to open up your left hip. Take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, release that down. Place your feet together again in that butterfly or bound angle and allow your knees to fall out to the side. Allow your hands to rest anywhere you want them to. They can be on your thighs, on your belly, perhaps one hand on the belly and one hand on your heart. Perhaps leaving them to fall down to the floor, palms facing the ceiling out to the side. We're going to move into Shavasana. In Shavasana, I invite you to scan your body looking for areas of tension from the crown of your head all the way to your toes. Tell yourself to release that tension. As you lay here, really focus on allowing the earth to fully support your body, feeling all the parts of your body falling into the earth, feeling the solidness of the earth, which gives you a sense of security and safety. Your base is set. As you lay here, consider your current life and what transitions you may be experiencing. Get in touch with how you're feeling about those transitions. And if you are feeling any anxiousness or feelings of sadness and loss, reassure yourself that transitions will help you to learn to release attachments and embrace what comes next. That's what's beautiful about transitions, is they are a transition, a gradual change from one state to another. Continue to breathe evenly and slowly, reminding yourself the transitions are part of our life and that they are a good thing and they provide us with excellent opportunities. You can continue to lay here as long as you choose. I recommend 5 to 10 minutes at least of stillness and breathing every day. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be notified of new videos that will come in the future. I want to thank you for joining me this morning. The light in me sees the light in you. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. Namaste.